philosophy is a key factor in how our lives turn out. To shape our philosophy, we need to think, use our minds, and process ideas. This process starts in childhood with our schools, parents, and experiences shaping our thoughts and beliefs. In my view, each person's personal philosophy is the main factor in how their life goes. I describe it as the set of the sail. Each person's philosophy is like how they set their sail. I used to believe my circumstances controlled my life. If someone had asked me at 25 why I wasn't doing well, why I had no money, was getting calls from creditors, had nothing in the bank, and was letting my family down, I wouldn't have thought to blame my philosophy. I wouldn't have said, I'm struggling because my philosophy is bad, and that's why I'm broke and things aren't going well. That idea wouldn't have crossed my mind. I used to find it much easier to blame the government or high taxes for my problems. When I first started paying taxes, the top tax rate was 91%. I would say, taxes are too high. Now the top tax rate is around 33%, but people still say taxes are too high. If it's gone from 91% to 33%, how can it still be too high? I stopped using those excuses. Others might still use my old excuses, like blaming traffic, the weather, or other circumstances. People often say things like, I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too old, I grew up in a small town, or my family was poor. If you had asked me at 25 why I was struggling in America, a land full of opportunities, with little money, an empty bank account, and creditors calling, I wouldn't have thought to blame my own philosophy. I found it easier to blame my company or its policies. I used to say, if this is all they pay, how do they expect you to succeed? I thought my future depended on things like the economy or interest rates. I used to complain, everything costs too much. I never considered that my own philosophy was the problem until my teacher showed me that my way of thinking was the real issue. What's exciting about each person's personal philosophy is that it makes us different from animals like dogs, birds, cats, spiders, and alligators. Unlike animals that rely on instinct, humans can think, use their minds, and process ideas. For example, a goose has to fly south in the winter, no matter what. If south doesn't look good, too bad, it can only go south. But people aren't like that. We can choose to go north, east, west, or anywhere we want. We can decide how to live our lives by thinking, using our minds, and processing ideas to develop a better philosophy and strategy for our goals. This helps us create plans for our future. Developing our philosophy lets us use what's available to us in the best way. So, when we're born, we have things like seeds, soil, rain, and sunshine, along with different seasons. But what's really amazing is what we do with all of these things. How do we turn them into opportunities, dreams, and possibilities for the future? That's the power we have as humans. It all begins with our philosophy. We have to understand what these things, like seeds, soil, sunshine, and rain, really are. Can we take all these resources and turn them into something valuable, like food and nourishment? That's the question. Think about it, humans can do something truly amazing and unique that no other life form can do. We can take all the stuff around us, like seeds, soil, rain, and sunshine, and turn it into something special. But you can't do this unless you start working on your philosophy. You need to think, use your mind, and come up with ideas to strengthen your philosophy. This way, you can figure out how to use everything around you, or like the economy, banks, money, schools, and all the information available, to create value and meaning. That's the biggest challenge in life, according to me. So, what you decide to do with the seeds, soil, sunshine, rain, and the changing seasons is determined by your personal philosophy. That's my view. Your personal philosophy is like the set of a sail. That's why we're here today, to help you adjust your sail for the better. You don't need a better economy or better seeds and soil. When it comes to life's basics, seeds, soil, rain, sunshine, and the cycle of life, that's all you've got. If you blame these things, you're blaming everything you have. Blaming the economy, schools, teachers, sermons, preachers, marketplace, or company policies means you're blaming everything there is. When some people finish listing all their blames, they feel like there's nothing else to blame. But if you blame the only things you have to work with, it's a huge mistake. You have to understand that those things are all you've got. And if that's all you've got, you can't change the seeds, soil, rain, sunshine, or seasons, right? You can't say, I want 3 springs, 4 summers, 9 falls, and no winters. You have to take life as it comes. So, what can you change to make your life better? You have to start with your philosophy. You know what I had to do when I was 25 to change my future? I had to change my mind. I had to change how I thought. I had to change my philosophy. I was blaming all the wrong things for my problems. But once I realized that the real problem was me and not the government, taxes, the economy, or negative people around me, everything changed. My bank account, my income, my whole life, it all transformed right away. The good results I saw after changing my philosophy were so satisfying that I've kept at it ever since. And let me tell you, just by making small adjustments to your sale, by improving your philosophy, your whole life can start changing right now. You don't have to wait for tomorrow or next month or spring, you can start today. I highly recommend it. Some people don't think much at all, they're not even raising their sale. You can guess where they'll end up by the end of the week, month, or year. Now's the time to change that. Take in all this information and start with philosophy. That's step number 1.